FPX was able to pull it off. And instantly trying to up the pace, as BabyVey was talking about, set the tempo early, take grasp of the match.
It was that early paranoia just through the choke point, but now it's all slowed down once more. Bit of mid-exploration for the pistol round. FPX grouped up.
And
even with that A-split.
Even with the double smoke comp, Brent, not putting a smoke down in mid there. Yeah. Not giving the idea that they're going for the A-split. Jorgamo almost caught off. Catching
it. Quite a bit of damage, actually, off of that one. Berlin lucky to be alive, but they're going to be getting the first section of the A site. It's going to be theirs.
What a lovely
now the Nano Swarms. Boostio still anchoring towards the back. No one really swinging to deal with them. They just can't. Too many Nano Swarms at the floor, at the feet, yet still FPX coming up with the goods. 2 kills their way. Plenty of damage done to the players, though. They are quite weak, and there's a shock dart. Finishing off Ayang. Still close to the corner, Lysor. Oh, they're not going to expect this one. Still up close, onto the heaven angle. Jorgamo does not win his fight out. Demon 1, broad.
He really is.
BG on the back foot now off that. We'll see a slow beginning for you. FPX, double smokes comp. You need to be playing the map, the attack side, quite cautiously. You can see the star placed down. It's a recall. Hoping to take the angle, Boostio. Reactions far too good, though. Opening pick going their way.
And that's put a bit of fear into FPX as well. Drone is being used to clear out mid, expecting them to pivot away from B main. But it's just the brakes getting pumped here. Boostio's going to look for another one off the back of the drone clearing a bunch of space. Looking to see if he can find a duel over towards tiles. It looks like this is just going to be a regroup and B-pop called by Berlin posthumously.
Yeah, fully grouped up there. It's only going to be Ethan receiving this one. A knife earlier was broken into B main, and you can see him just floating around. Doesn't actually have any util to stop this one. Finally, the hits coming through. A couple of stray bullets on the classic. Not enough to do too much more. Door being closed. Boostio hoping to catch a cheeky timing. Denied with the door. And the side's going to be gained for FPX. They don't have any B main control. Could play an important part in this one. Fully grouped up onto the side.
But the weaponry is just so low. It's only Boostio with the Sheriff. 4v5, FPX should still have an advantage.
Should have an advantage indeed. There we go. You call the first one onto Ethan through lane. It's a triple phase. Lysor falls. The TP disengage all around, and it's just calm left.
Early duels across B.
It's a heavy stack over there. It's the recalled star, at least the star placed down prior. Here's the benefit of some of these double smoke comps as well. One towards Cat, one towards mid. You can really just expend all of them early and not worry about it as much. Alarm bot at your feet, Berlin. Didn't really seem to be aware of the cause.
And FPX are a team that are going to force aim duels quite a lot. Their players haven't been in the most incredible form recently, but Lysor's always been hot. He backs away just before taking that duel against Demon 1.
Still holding the space.
And this is going to get set up for an A-split here, where Jorgamo's in the position to ruin it or go down and leave A completely undefended. He's only going to take a duel, though, against Nisha, essentially.
Plenty of noise being made, though. Com spraying him down as they're just running it down all the way through. But Jorgamo, well, he stays alive here into A main, holding this space as well. FPX make a call to try and flip the map, but they've stopped themselves just ever so slightly. The smoke's really just stopping it. Now they need to work out what they want to do. 40 seconds remaining. They do have some time to work with, but it's going to be running short in just a moment. Demon 1 still seeking to contain. You can see him just watching that angle deep.
30 seconds
left. Mid. They know the potential positionings here. Demon 1 will be able to see them crossing. Yeah, we can hear it as well. Dash active, brought down.
Great shot.
Wonderful stuff from Ayang. Set the Seekers on them as well. It's going to be good positioning, at least noted. Do they know Boostio's there? Slight misstep with the flash. There's only 12 seconds left.
The wall and just kind of getting tangled up there in the architecture. Strange round, but that's what you're going to get from FPX, I think. They really like them.
Again, pretty heavy emphasis being placed. Just a one-way smoke for Jorgamo.
But look at how much of an annoyance this star is down at the feet of Demon 1 and Jorgamo here. And this is the freedom that you have with the Astra. It's not that unusual of a composition. It might seem odd, but it's kind of similar to the Viper Sky compositions that we've seen some of the Americas teams run, like Cloud9 and Loud, I believe, at one point.
Yeah.
But the Astra utility can be used in more, varied ways. A flash to clear out wide.
Let's go deep. Jorgamo's not going to be playing there, though. Already moved from that position, still a slight jiggle, and really down to the minute mark, there hasn't really been much else movement. It's a reclearance, it's called by EG with a paranoia, sets him up Tagging onto Aang, but it doesn't matter. Demon One still wins his fight out, left down to 9 health. What's the response? Not too much else. Still contact plays here, working themselves up towards Cat. FPX for the 2-2 split, but EG still have players anchoring down, locking it down, rooted in place almost. There's a KO nade pushing them even further away. Time is really running short, and there is chaos in the mix. Lysor through the smoke. What kind of timing do you really want to take here? Waiting for the stars to be dropped down. There it is in front of them, but Jorgamo contained, still brought down. Ethan is there with a trade. At the backside of Jenny, Spike's out in the open with 23 seconds left, looking for information, buying time. It's a 3-2-1 phase.
Switch getting overwhelmed, Jorgamo's there. And this position of box is so nice. Not only does he hold that smoke over by Switch, but also he can swing up at the top of the scoreboard for him to start getting a bit more aggressive and peek out.
Game plan for FPX, though, seems to be just brute force, overwhelming with the half-bite. Stingers, Sheriffs, fully grouped up, aren't they? Smoke dropped down off of that one portion of utility, and there's a lockdown committed by FPX.
On an eco round as well.
Yeah, that's why that's a bit unusual. And it has just essentially notified EG that they are going to be hitting this site. With Demon One holding that space still over towards B. Here's a Paranoia sent flying 1-for-1, and still Ethan will collect. Bringing down one of the players. Flash also just pushing them back through the choke point. No one can really get into this. Beautiful dart. The supplementary utility just bogs them.
Oh, that's the guy I've been playing with recently.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Down.
No, Demon One's got the ult.
It's just a flash recon play, I think, here. Oh, it's gonna have a Hunter's Fury
right behind it, yep. As soon as the dart was broken, that's the trigger. Com's consistent with it, lets it loose. Up in mid, Demon One. Of course, he's gonna be finding it, but does he expect that? Oh! There's no shot!
That is just filthy!
Slight minor adjustment, another day in the office for Demon One. Listen, he had a bit of a rough beginning to the map, but okay, he's warming up.
And think about how perfectly timed this investment of ultimates and in general just to play with the op going aggressive and the Hunter's Fury being used to halt this economy. FPX had just got a buy up. They're in a 4v5 instantly off the back of Com's play, and Demon One is picking apart the rest of FPX with ease. This is what EG did so well on their run towards Tokyo. They took one advantage and spiraled it, able to set up these snowball moments. I don't think there's a team doing it better other than Fnatic. And even then, it's fairly dead even between the two.
A really good understanding of that. Just making sure that they can.
My liking, clean. This group has to be clean.
It does have to be clean. It should be a slam dunk for EG in this group in terms of them being favorites. But new beginning to the round. Again, it's FPX on the weaker buy. Similar game plan to what we saw last time on the half buy. Only this time down towards Cat. Late lurk from one of the players. Trailblazer. Clears out towards it. Com is out in the open. Misstep there. Was not expecting these players to be so fast up onto that angle. Smoke down, dropping it. Jorgamo to reposition. Updraft to re-clear. And a flash is really quite nice. FPX coming straight into it. Great ideas of how they wanted to clear out the site there.
Specifically the updraft play and swinging through it. Really good coordination. And EG caught off by the tempo, as you were saying.
That's just okay.
Crucio caught by the spam. And suddenly, as quickly as the eco round started, it is over.
It's done just like that.
These are the moments where the Chinese teams could definitely catch you off guard. They play it at such a different tempo. You can see that Com was expecting to have that time to be able to throw a very well-set recon dart up into tree. And he was just rushed.
Yeah, overwhelmed. Demon One now being hunted down for that operator in his hands. They'd love to remove it, missing the shot, but his position is known now. They are quickly approaching his location, but this is really just going to be a firing range for him.
But take a look at that. I mean, Com completely overwhelmed and then a little flustered, perhaps a little whiffy from the other two players that rank here in the A side.
Watching the top section of mid. He's going to get some action almost immediately. Not quite. Angle's cut off. Open smoke in his face. It's one of the things that, in theory, oh my god! I mean, they're just rattling off bullets straight down the angle, so where somebody could be playing in and hiding. Almost claiming a freebie.
And this double smokes composition is going to put a lot of pressure on Demon One to find these good spots to play from. Good lineup there from Com, removes the turret. Means that Lysor's now going to be attached a bit more to watching out for B main. But FPX are going to take the time to commit to A, and that frees up the Killjoy once more to go for a lurk.
Nobody on EG is going to be playing onto the side here. Most of the setup from Tree, including the Killjoy Nanoswarm, so it's going to be completely wide open for them. Multitude of smokes lay it down here, but here's the lockdown in play. It's going to be really clearing out most of the site. It has to be a call and a decision made by FPX. Do you choose to fight this one or not? A bit of confusion in the mix. They are really just staying grounded onto it. A bit of a dodge there from Berlin. Uses the ult, and he's still able to just sit himself into hell, but he needs to create more of a distraction. It's a triple face. EG, those fundamentals still reigning true, but they haven't cleared out B main. Still, Tree and Door needs to be watched for. Com brings it down, but still a smoke. Ethan sticking it. There's not enough damage. He's not pushed away.
Demon One looking for a different angle for the operator.
Oh, and it's just a classic play with the dart and the spam of the Odin. No one watching top mid. There's a chance there that Demon One got punished, but no. Dash to disengage, back away. Picking up the angle now once more, but it is FPX looking at that 4v5 disadvantage to them, and it's, well, cemented even further.
That's both of the smokes gone.
And now there's nothing to really stop Demon One. He can take all of these line-of-sight angles. There has to be risk taken, and that's maybe what Yukor's doing. With that kill onto Com, close, it's missed. With the shot, that is a punish. It's 3 versus 3, just like that. Close to the corner is Ethan.
He's stuck here, though.
Yeah, there's no real support for him.
Ayoung still with 2 flashes. Ethan's got to be a little concerned about that, but we can see that Ayoung deep into B main is not going to be an issue.
It might just come down to individual gunfights. Still locking it down. That's a dash forwards, but there's no one else to follow up on that, so Ethan is relatively safe and sound. FPX now just trying to get themselves through onto the site. With Boostio falling, might just get a little bit easier. Ethan, how do you play this? Do you take risks? Do you try and survive long enough for the team? No, he takes the peek and he will fall.
Looking to try and grab a timing there, and Ayoung, it looks like he's seriously informed. He's been very sharp in terms of hitting shots around the map. Puts his team in a 2v1 to win their 4th.
Jorgamo with the 1v2. Plenty of util left. Make all sorts happen with it. Smoke. Do you want to place this one? Dropping down. So one way towards the back of it. Paranoia there. TP close. Was that predicted? Lysor doesn't seem too likely still.
Yeah, it's a very nice round from FPX in terms of their individuals. Lysor manages to catch Demon One, who was holding a bit too close of an angle, and the shot goes straight between the legs. But still, that's a very, perhaps even their best at lock-in. And in the events prior.
Knives out, Demon One. You're really trying to take that. There's no coverage. From the bottom section of mid, a push out through main. Will they deal with these players? EG are crumbling. It's Com. It's the last player left standing. Now they know exactly where he is. Ayoung feeling it.
Yukon absolutely dismantles it, just swinging, ignoring the recon dart completely to take the Angels in mid.
A lot of opportunities that they're granting. I think FPX, they would love it if they handed all of these individual fights. The way it's been going so far. A real chance here for FPX to gain that lead in the first half of this map, despite there only being 2 rounds left. They have the economic advantage. It's only Demon One with the rifle who they really have to worry about. Taking mid control, nice and early. Not smoking off the top section of it. Actually, just hoping for a fight.
The 1-3-1 setup that FPX has been running in a lot of these rounds where they take mid control is very crew-esque. You know, just controlling the aggression on the outsides of the map, going deep with Yuko and Ayoung in the middle. Demon One with a hero rifle is going to try and take a fight.
You're looking at Demon One really to find those openings. Backs away though. Bit of information. Seekers now let loose. Not too many of them going into the direction towards A. Jorgamo tucked himself towards main. Will not survive though. Out towards Y. That's a skill. Okay. Dash is still there for him. Dart is good with the reveal. But tucked behind Jenny, still alive. And kicking Ethan. Tucked inside the smoke that they suspected. They're body blocking right into each other. Surely they think that he's there. Finds the timing, finds the kill, but is brought down in the end. Com is left alone to do it. But already this plant is down. Post plant looking good. Turret going to be spotting out Com's location. Look at this from FPX, already setting themselves up to group up and take the fight. Ayoung, he's got no teammates with him.
It's best. That's not the strategy EG went with.
Here we go, last chance in the first half. Demon One with the operator once more. Another setup here with the Hunter's Fury. Something triggered it. Demon One trying to set himself up through with the chaos. The Hunter's Fury does cleave.
And in the
Lane one.
meantime, your IGL Omen is swinging with the attack side operator. Of course he is. Just Berlin things.
He's backing away now, though, with the spike. The rest of his team pushing themselves up into 4 positions here. A main control. He's how still holding on to himself. Finally regrouping. Is there a rifle for Berlin? I feel like you don't want an op in this scenario, but we'll see what he can do with it.
They certainly had enough cash to be able to give him a rifle as well as the operator, but I don't know whether they did.
Here.
Here we go. Smoke's dropped down now. One at a choke point. Boostio, what kind of timing do you choose to take here? There's an alarm bot at your feet. It's broken. He anticipated it. Somebody was creeping up onto that corner. Jorgamo to reposition with the TP. Needs some help, though. Boostio through the smoke. Taking the fight right to it. Not enough to reset to claim that second. Jorgamo, he's still alive, anchoring towards the back, but he's fired shots off now, just creating a bit of distraction. The rest of his team helping him out, but Com is brought down. Time needs to be bought here. I mean, Jorgamo's already deep into the site. Ethan's not there with him. And it's brought into this 1v1. Ethan!
Even this way.
Exactly.
EG getting set up. And one of the things that you can look at from FPX's side is how they favor attack and defense on Ascent. Usually, all teams are going to be defense-sided on this map. It's the opposite for FPX. They normally win about 60% of the time on attack and less than 50% on defense. So there's still great chances.
Yeah, flash and dart to clear most of it, but doesn't clear the players up into heaven. There's a high-low setup down below, but they're not winning the fights out. It's EG coming out on top.
And this one's going to be extremely difficult for the 2 Smokes players, Nisha and Berlin, to be able to get back in on. One paranoia, maybe a stun or a pull, but Berlin goes in ahead of Nisha, trying to make something happen. And this looks like an extremely clean pistol.
Yeah, very clean. Kind of response.
8-1 or something like that. But considering FPX are really pushing them and had a nice looking attack side, they're setting themselves up for something.
It's champs at the end of the day, so 7-6 EG. Big advantage of the economy. Deep flash.
Take flight.
Getting that information, but it's a very spread out attack side default from EG, so it doesn't really grant him too much more. Drone sets up Jorgamo so he can hold on to this A main control, grab the orb, spray a couple of bullets, and it has pulled a ton of players from FPX over.
I really like the usage of these smokes that bloom out of the choke point, as you can see here on A. It just puts a lot of pressure. It's drawn a ton of players over towards the A side. 4 players there trying to defend it from FPX because they got utility denied, any of the, information denied. Any of the attacking players could just spill through the smoke in a multitude of angles. And EG are still playing very spread. The way that EG like to play their attack side throughout Tokyo and the run towards the latter stages of VCT Americas was that they would try and take map control and insert Demon One somewhere to force a pick. But at the moment, he's just grouped up with Ethan, playing things together.
Relatively cautious, but it looks like it's trending towards a bit of this B split, which leaves it up to Berlin. He's only got a classic, so unlikely to get too much done, but maybe, well, there was a chance. There was util out in the hands of Boostio. The rest of FPX now scampering and scurrying all the way over. Bit of the clearance here towards mid-com. Needs to not lose this gun, and well, the Bulldog definitely got that damage advantage. There's the fundamentals, Ethan. Helping him out. Swinging out through onto market, just trying to spot out where Ishao is. Ethan, yeah, facing it. So,
dominant run at the beginning of Tokyo. They were winning almost 70% of their bonus rounds, which is just a ludicrous amount. Prime Game and Flawless is going to really help them keep the economy looking B-hit. Looking to try and overwhelm Lysor.
And Lysor playing in front of the turret. Unorthodox, unexpected. Right in front of the turret, in fact.
Not a great idea on an anti-eco, I don't think.
I mean, util out in the hands, panicking when the paranoia was sent flying, and Demon One man. It's precise, it's surgical, over the top. Dash still there. Yuko inside the smoke. Could he answer back? Not any chance of it fading anytime soon. Doesn't take the timing just yet. Still waiting. The rest of his team look like they're almost set up here to just save these rifles.
And Yuko's just spamming through to see if he can find anything, but that's it. That is it. One small mistake. And EG all grouped up in the same place. And it's over for FPX in this round. EG take a pistol, spiral it into a bonus. And now they're 1 away from getting Demon One's knives, 3 away from having Com get up to an ultimate. So you'd expect to see Com or potentially Ethan here chasing to try and get these kills. They certainly want to damage the economy of FPX as much as they can.
And they should be hunting.
Com's looking for it.
Spots the one. Rest of his team now grouping up, but looks like they have no intention of just trying to take that fight.
No, it's just a little a standoff,
Yeah.
a stalemate happening
The
over here.
trenches are dug out, yeah.
Fair enough. You take a look at how this worked. I mean, Lysor's in front of his turret, as you were pointing out, Brent. With utility in hand, you don't do in scrims.
It's very common, in fact. EG are mounting this lead. Deep dart over, that's going to tag onto Ayang, and there's no time wasted with this one. The flash slight blind there onto Demon One, but he is not wasted time. He's all the way through into tree, smoke drop down and a dash forwards. Crosshair placement, excuse me. Cut up for the moment. There's going to be a pull through the choke point, but is it too late? It might just be. Still players into the site. Yuko from Heaven. He's eventually traded, but he's still doing the damage. Flash through, even just again, blindly firing, and Lysor out in the open, getting his ankles broken. Jorgamo.
FPX are not able to hold on, and EG are disrespecting them. The pace at which Demon One is just running into sight, no cares given.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning of this into sight. I wonder if EG were just trying to condition it. And now going into much slower play, you are really forced down to a crawl. Of course, Demon One does have the Blade Storm, so they can speed it up at any time. It's not going to be limited to just the weaponry. Hunting for a pick.
They may have been anticipating some kind of half-buy tiles crunch play there. But FPX are forced with 2 Bulldogs.
Drone broken, bit of damage there, the bullets landing. Not enough for the kill. Jorgamo survives over the top, breaking the Trailblazer. Doing enough in the early portion of this round as well, removing and cutting away any information FPX are trying to get just through the sky util.
Potential
still
for
have 2 flashes.
Potential for a jet battle here on Catwalk. Actually, though, FPX looking like they want to re-clear through A main.
They didn't even use a flash for it. Just a recall star in a face.
Yeah.
Fully grouped up and pushing now.
I quite like it, though. You don't give any indication to EG that you're in this area of the map.
Oh, and they are pushed deep. Lambot's being broken. EG are not aware of this.
30 seconds left.
It's going to be happening behind them. Demon One, he misses it. Back me in face to Ayang. Flash round to the side here, and here's the players from the top section of mid. All of that deep flank. Demon One left to try and contain and push them back. Lysor capitalizing off of it. Swinging in the midst of all of that, and time is running more than short right now. There's about 11 seconds left. They don't have control of A main, don't have control of the site, and Ayang dealing damage and a death and a blow. These house takes.
He's looking for picks. Here's another very important duel as Boostio swung into Lysor, who was the only player defending the B split through market.
And Paul changing the tide of things here. Well, we see a return to the faster plays of EG. That was what was winning them these rounds on the attack side. Yuko, though, operator, misses the flick. Ethan, he was watching it from the top side of mid. Had the protocols there.
And that's a very bold play to go for Yuko when nobody's watching your top mid and there's no utility really to block that off.
Another clearance, that's just contact plays into main. Jorgamo spots it out, had the ult in his hands, thinking about a quick pivot. Maybe still considering it. Call yet to be made by the rest of the team, but they are grouping up now over towards B, and they have pushed Demon One into a deep 4 position into mid. Paranoia re-clear.
Lysor's got to back off now.
Yeah, he's got to play around your util, but still Lysor's just holding his ground, and he falls TP into the back Berlin. He does remove him. Jorgamo's gone. Hunter's Fury, though, there's a connection, and there is the kill. Com is getting value from it. Shot missing, Demon One into mid. The Seeker's distracting him, or what? Not too sure, but still, it's a 2v3. FPX could make something off this one. He's now just trying to play this one fast and loose as well, not waiting for any sort of timing. Spotted out, though. There's a double face. Ayang! He's brought it down into 1v1, and Com playing into main. Ayang still, he spotted him surely. Just the edge of the gun, edge of the weaponry. Oh, nails the shot.
Perfect trade into backside and identifies Com positioning, remembering that Hunter's Fury earlier on. Look at the aim. It's so sharp from him. EG are looking to try and adapt upon the adaptation. They look like they want to take much earlier A main control. At least Jorgamo's positioned more aggressively.
That's a crazy way to peek that with the updraft, but spots a player towards top mid. Yuko going to be pinging it out and repositioning, making sure he stays fluid with the operator. It's pretty important. Double clearance now over towards Cap from EG, droning into mid to just try and hide the intent of what they're going for with this hit. Is there any util to clear this corner off? Just a smoke and a flash. Ethan right behind him. Who wins this fight out? Dash is still there and active. Jump spot onto the left side. Demon One has tucked himself into that corner.
Jorgamo's been spotted in A main as well. He's had to back off. So that may have ruined the timing. They might want to pivot this, move away from tree and go into a B split again.
Flash. Doesn't get deaded. Second one does though. Yeah, this has been slowed. Down to 35 seconds now. Bustio being pushed. Wow. What an angle to peek off the alarm box. Contact! Instantly responded. And meanwhile, there's a battle taking place on the other section of the map, but EG have no intention of going over towards A. Straight down mid, right into Lysor, the difference maker. The spikes drop down. It is carnage occurring. Damage definitely done. Lysor needs to try and play for his life. Still, Yuko's picked up the angle a little bit too late here. Paranoia out in the open. Lysor can't land the kill. 11 bullets and towards the backside of it. Ethan's there. Jorgamo collects. 12 seconds left and they are going to be able to get this plant down. The site is opened. It's Ayang in a 1v2. The form has been good but does not expect it.
Kind of bunny hopping towards Lysor. But here's where Ayang made this round winnable, and Lysor as well. These two continue to win Angels very consistently against EG.
An important thing to note as well is the economy taking a bit of a tumble. Pistols for FPX, plenty of ults to use here, trying to play aggressively, spamming through the wall with it, dart tagging. Lysor in so much trouble. I mean, just facing wide here. Lockdown, used, shot missing. The bunny hops just narrowly avoiding all these bullets that are flying straight through them, but you got to respect this lockdown now. Has to be the evacuation. Is there any sort of utility to stop it? Updraft, dash, yep, nade into the corner, along with the Nana Swarm. It clears them out, pushes them back, gives that player advantage, but for EG right now, still, the post plan actually, as long as they get this plant down, is actually quite good. They have B main control still, and with that kill, again, the advantage keeps going their way. Flash and a repeat, slight miss, but still with the rifles. Maybe they can get these kills up. Yuko, last one left. Let's see if it can happen. Still with the attack side operator, Demon One will be forced to slow this one down, but EG look like they're almost setting up for play into the site.
This has been red. You can see both the Killjoy and the Astra deep back in spawn, playing anti-KO ult setups. They can still pull and stun and activate smokes, have those nanoswarms popped off, but it does mean that they lack a ton of map control. They're essentially playing, 3v5 up until the site hit comes through. Yeah. They were expecting EG to pick up that ult orb and go straight into a hit.
Jorgamo placing the deep smoke. Dart as well to mid. Again, FPX don't really have a clue what could be occurring. Star's still into the choke point. With this, yeah, no command comes through, and they are going to be able to dead these, so look at that. It's going to be the pull online, but they just wait it out. Berlin still anchoring towards the back, cannot use the util. Will the push come through? Demon One, I mean, he's just entering for them with the operator. The rifles will clean it up in the end. Shots hitting. Everybody on form right now for EG, and they can feel it. This is it. Precipice to try and take away map number 1. Team hungry to get this done and over with just like that. And number 1 will be theirs. It's a 13-8 finish.